this is one of those where you want to feel everyone united for the first time, truly, like across the entire freaking world. And I don't think Superman has ever gotten this pre-hype. I think we can all agree on that. Has gotten pre-hype like this, and he's an ace. And seeing an OP character get the love that Superman's getting at this point, I mean, you just got to be there. Like, it's, even if you're not a huge Superman fan, like, this is kind of like, it's must see, like must experience. And that's the big thing. Must see, must experience, event feel. You don't get this all the time. Like, this is rare. No. This is very, very, very rare. This month is extremely rare. I think at the end of the day, this movie could be that one superhero movie that is literally just undeniable.
We are your favorite trio of hosts. Super Spider Fantastic Brando kicking us off with July's first live stream. Gents, it's a very big month. Lou down beneath and Hero Scroll myself. Gentlemen, how are you feeling today?
What do we say? Super Fantastic Spider.
Super Fantastic Jurassic, if you're feeling Jurassic.
Oh,
July.
A little prehistoric-y?
Yeah, a little bit.
Huge month for the box office and superhero fans and dinosaur fans.
Roar.
And I feel like there's something else that's coming out, but I forgot.
We know something just finished.
Ironheart.
July started with a bang. Bending some bullets, baby.
June ended with a bang, and July started with a bang.
Yeah, it's a good, again, as we've been saying for a while, it's a good time to be superhero fans. So if you're not, definitely make sure you are subscribed to us here at the Point 3 podcast, because we're going to be talking about all of it. And like a good friend of the channel, Nate, saying we are almost at 200 subs. So I think we're like 5 away right now. So can we hit it? I'm sure we can. Let's make sure we crack it. So share it with your friends, share it with your family if you haven't. And if you're watching this and you're not, hit that button. What are you doing? Yeah. But quick general housekeeping for what the next week of the podcast is going to look like, because there's going to be a big release. Superman is finally going to be here. By next week, we'll have all seen the movie. So since we'll be watching it that Tuesday, Wednesday, to avoid spoilers for everybody, we're not going to have a live stream. I know, boo, but don't worry. We're still going to record something, just us three. We're going to drop a non-spoiler review and then a spoiler review at the end of the weekend. So that way we can still talk about it. And then that following week, we'll have a live stream where we'll probably inevitably talk about it a little bit more. And then we'll also talk about something else. So again, next week, no live stream. So sorry, but also not, because it is a big week and we want to make sure that we're not the reason for any spoilers out there, especially if you're not able to watch it on that Tuesday, or if you're not able to watch it till later on in the weekend, and also to avoid any spoilers from anybody potentially coming into the chat. So that's what's next week's going to look like. But it's really exciting. It's really exciting because it's here. It's here. We recorded a video on Monday talking about it a little bit. Both Fantastic Four and Superman. That kicks us off really for this month. That'll be coming out this weekend. But this is going to be the big final preview for Superman before we talk about Ironheart later in the stream. Gentlemen, let's just go ahead, fly right into it, right? Let's not even dive right into it. We're going to fly right into it because Superman content is about to be sick. Brandon, I'm going to throw this over to you as the fellow brother in Superman shirts currently. It's been, at this point, a little over 1.5 years, almost 2 years to be honest, that we've been talking about this weekly, almost daily, about this movie.
Hourly?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was thinking about it every second.
Yeah, at this point, within the past 3 weeks.
Theme song is stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's been hourly. So now that we're here, now that the time is 9, under 7 days away from watching it, How are you feeling? What are you most excited for?
There's so much. There's so much. I'm excited to finally see it after these 1.5 years of speculations and being hopeful for it and thinking that it's following along with it has honestly been a blast. 'Cause I haven't really like followed along with the movie like this since No Way Home, and this has been more just like genuinely like just wanting to see the following along behind the scenes stuff and not like scrounging for leaks like I was for No Way Home. So this has been like fun, and it genuinely feels special and like it's gonna be a great movie for anyone, and just anyone if you like James Gunn, any comic book fan. It's got a lot of we've seen a lot of funny elements in the trailer. We've seen a lot of cool moments and like serious moments in the trailer. I think all the marketing and the teasers and just the way it's been set up has been great. And seeing it finally be just a week away feels amazing and like so surreal. And getting to see it on a Tuesday feels awesome too. Sorry, Blur Media. That you can't do that. It's quite unfortunate. But we get to see it on a Tuesday night, and it's amazing. It's so freaking awesome. But I'm excited to talk about it once we have seen it and see where the DCU goes from there. And I'm really hoping for a Supergirl reveal. There has to be one. And I'm just so excited for Supergirl after Superman. So it's like the hype train isn't over after this.
No, it's going to keep on chugging. It's going to keep on chugging. But like Nate is saying, this film is really a moment in the world. And I think as we get closer and closer, we see that. And Lou, maybe you can talk about this a little bit too and what you feel. And I know you've kind of talked about it, how it feels huge for you.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we always have kind of said, over the course of this podcast, the biggest and best movies feel like true events. And while the Fantastic Four definitely does, there's something about Superman that really kicked in the high gear when you saw all the promotional marketing across the world.
Yeah.
And just the scale that it was on. Like Asia, they have tons of stuff. Europe, they have tons of stuff. Australia, South America, like Brazil's already popping off with like pre-sales and stuff. And it's a global takeover. And people want to represent Superman and wear the S on their chest.
Yep.
And regulars to hardcores are interested for one reason or another. And it just feels like this moment is going to stop once you get in the theater and sit down. It's going to be super surreal. And I don't know really it's been 6 years? Probably since Endgame. For me personally, to where I felt this massive monumental moment is happening and there's a shift and a change. Maybe this is what The Rock was talking about, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I have hope that this movie is going to do really well, but I was just thinking about this the other day. I was talking about it in the kitchen with my family, thinking about all the movies that like James Gunn has done and looking at all the press tours and listening to all the people on social media, listening to the actors, like their marketing and promotion. Like, you love every single person every time they put out some new fun trend or TikTok, or I don't know what it is. Like, you just fell in love with the cast and the people on the team. And I mean, we'll get into more as we get into characters, but I really have to say about this movie, I don't know how I walk out of this disappointed. I think just sitting down in the seat for the movie is going to be like, okay, check one. Like, I've satisfied one of the biggest things, like knowing that I'm sitting for a massive Superman movie. Yeah. So everything else just feels like actually watching it feels like gravy.
I must feel extra special for you guys for being like huge Superman fans all your lives and everything. Like, I'm imagining this is your No Way Home for me.
Go ahead.
Not like in like obviously a multiversal way, but like just being like just so hyped up for a movie and such like that, of it finally fulfilling what you wanted out of like a movie with your favorite character.
I would say
that's awesome.
Yeah, I would say it kind of is like that, but it's also kind of different, where it's like a rebirth of a character. finally. And I don't really know what I could compare it to aside from maybe closer to like an Endgame / No Way Home, but I would also maybe more so say a even more amplified Deadpool and Wolverine moment where it's like we've waited so long for something, like one particular moment on the big screen, which was seeing Deadpool and Wolverine team up. And I think the same is Superman, where it's like, and again, go watch the video we made on Man of Steel. I do like Man of Steel, but it always felt like there was something missing, even from watching the animated series way back when. It's just like, that's the Superman that I've wanted for a while. And Superman Returns, it's Superman Returns. And then we got glimpses of it in the CW, but it was like, we need the scale.
Yeah.
It's just not there. Yet here we are in 2025, and Superman once again feels like genuinely the biggest superhero on planet Earth. And he is. It's getting that that justification. Not justification, that's really the only word I can think of though. To finally be like, this is why I'm a Superman fan. Not because of everything else, but because of this type of stuff, this moment, this type of movie, this type of feeling. So to see that it's tracking in Brazil to be its highest opening, it's tracking in like Japan or wherever else. And
Mexico is doing good in
Mexico, yeah. Seeing overseas, like what this is about to do, like this is about to break records. I really do feel like it's about to break records. And I want it to. I really want it to.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think I echo Lou's words where it's like, it would take an absolute catastrophic failure for this to not feel good. And I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, even if you think about it too, it's like driving to the theater is going to be hype. No one's going to be able to hear me talk, and you guys know this. I'm going to put it on volume 40, bro. Like, it's hitting. The sunroof will be open, and it's just going to be boom, 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 boom. Like, it's going to be so awesome. So, like, the drive is something, getting there, talking about it, hyping. Like, how many, like, steps is it going to take for me to get to the car to, like, the front door? Probably, like, 5. Like, it's going to be so cool. But I already think I'm going to have to watch it twice, maybe 3 times. Like, I can't think of another movie that I've really felt that way with since Infinity War. Infinity War, not Endgame, Infinity War. Although I saw Endgame like 5 times in theater.
I saw Infinity
just was
War
like I just want to feel something, you know.
I just like 5 times.
Yeah.
Free movie theater days back working at the theater during like 2016 to 2019 was amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, the vlog incoming. I'm gonna run to the door, put the camera down, run back to the car, get out, run back into the theater, and capture it so you guys can see it. It'll be real time. But no, I was gonna say real quick, to your point, SB, it's interesting because I've had a couple people ask me this of like, well, this is a big deal for you. Like, this is your moment, your character. And it's yes and no, because for me it really is Batman. But Batman, I don't care. There could be 1 person in the theater, there could be a million. Like, Batman fans just kind of are there and show up and show out. So like, I just kind of assume that. This is one of those where you want to feel everyone united for the first time, truly, like across the entire freaking world. And I don't think Superman has ever gotten this pre-hype. I think we can all agree on that. Has gotten pre-hype like this, and he's an ace. And seeing an OP character get the love that Superman's getting at this point, I mean, you just got to be there. Like, it's, even if you're not a huge Superman fan, like, this is kind of like, it's must see, like must experience. And that's the big thing. Must see, must experience, event feel. You don't get this all the time. Like, this is rare. No. This is very, very, very rare. This month is extremely rare. But I don't know, y'all. I mean, I think at the end of the day, this movie could be that one superhero movie that is literally just undeniable. And you can't really say that about a bunch of stuff.
I was gonna say it's interesting because I think every so often, and at least I want to say maybe since like the 2000s, a superhero movie comes out that just changes the landscape of everything. And for the 2000s up until 2010, I would say is probably like Dark Knight is the big one that I would say changed a lot. And then maybe Iron Man you can put like right next to it, but I would give the edge to Dark Knight. For the 2010s, I would say, yeah, I would say Infinity War Endgame is kind of the big event shift, like once a decade type of movie. Feels like Superman is the 2020s, which is so crazy because you can say that probably about No Way Home. You could say that about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
But for this to feel, I want to say in a way, bigger than all those, it just is a testament to that.
Yeah, I could argue. I think No Way Home, SB. I'm curious what you think about this too. Just like one, having an extreme Spider-Man bias. No, I'm just kidding. Being a massive Spider-Man fan, but also having experienced. That's fair. I was trying to let you off the hook, but like, I do think you have a unique perspective because you've been on both sides of this, right? And you're in, and I think at the same time, No Way Home. I remember going to No Way Home, and that was probably one of the first post-COVID movies I saw.
It was
I
big.
think
It was big.
but it was like I haven't seen a theater like that in a long time. Like you couldn't
They're
park.
crazy.
You couldn't park. It was basically like someone picked me up with a golf cart because I'm hiking 10 minutes from where I had to end up. And I got there hecka early.
Everybody was doing the Spider-Man pointing memes, cosplayed up at that. Oh, it was a great time.
Yeah.
I remember I had a work party before my showing for it, and I was so mad because I wanted to like get there early and I couldn't. So I had my freaking Spider-Man shirt on underneath like my ugly Christmas sweater.
Did you do it?
No.
Oh, under this. Okay, well,
Yeah, it was under. It was a Game of Thrones. It was a really cool Game of Thrones Night King sweater. So I was like, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't want to rip it. And it was like $80. So definitely ain't ripping that. Yeah, No Way Home was definitely an experience for me. One of the biggest experiences was I got this like a month before the movie came out, November, some like mid-November date. So I had full faith my boys were going to be in that movie because all the evidence was there. If you're denying it, it's just like you're the delusional one.
I was gonna say you were delusional if you were denying it at that point. Yeah,
like their suits were right there. But I mean, nowadays though, with all the AI stuff out there and shit, I don't know.
Damn,
I can see why people are
changed.
denying it.
That's changed like crazy since that movie came out. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand it because like there is obviously Photoshop and stuff, but I was fully booked in.
Yeah. I think maybe SB you can also answer Nate's question because I think he does have a good point. Does this feel like it has a bigger societal weight than Iron Man did kickstarting the MCU?
You know, we gotta put the Spidey chef's kiss emo I made in Discord for this because as Lou was talking about the movie earlier, I genuinely thought of that same question before Nate typed it, so we're on the same brain, like same mindset with that. I think it does. I think if it does have more, if not equal to the same, because it's really kickstarting a lot of fans. Like just think of all the different types of casting that James Gunn just did for the DCU, and how many different demographics that's appealing to. Like a lot of people are going to see Superman just for like Isabella Merced and Hawkgirl, which is cool. And like obviously it's a Superman movie, and they'll probably hopefully the goal is for them to fall in love with Superman too. So it's cool to see like that same thing with Iron Man, I guess, and kind of falling in love with and a little different, falling in love with the universe, but one that's kind of established already with Superman, and then falling in love with the character at the same time.
What do you think?
That?
Yeah.
I would say it does. I think hindsight is what really carries Iron Man because Iron Man at the time didn't feel as big as it did, at least from what I remember. But Iron Man was always that B tier hero that like was getting a cool on-screen adaptation. But again, you look at a lot of the adaptations that were coming out around those times that were leading to a whole lot of nothing or were very much like one-offs. So Iron Man had the impact of the MCU, but again, that's looking in hindsight 10 plus years after that. So this is different where I think even if it doesn't kickstart the DCU in its own way, I genuinely feel like this could be a standalone film. Like if they just told us, hey, we're making a Superman movie, no DCU, we're just making a Superman movie, and it felt as good as it does now still, and they just told us, hey, we're not going to have a DCU, don't expect one, I still think it would have the hype that it does right now, because it just genuinely looks like a very, very well done superhero movie in general, and probably the best Superman movie of all time, potentially.
Yeah.
So I'd say it does.
You know, the wild thing about this too is when you look at it, it's like the MCU probably impacts Superman more than it impacted Iron Man, just in terms of expectations that fans have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really cool thing is if this does succeed in establishing, building a world, like people eat that stuff up. And a lot of people don't know what it is that they want. And for the DCU, we have no clue what it's going to be. So we're all kind of on even playing fields of like, what will this turn into? This is the establishment, right? But in terms of its impact on people, guys, I gotta be honest with you, and this isn't for everyone, but I will say the fact that so many eyes are going to be on the core of Superman, who is about being a good person, helping your neighbor, saving that cat in the tree, doing the little things that have bigger impacts, trying to just be a better human being. This is another reason why this may go down. And we know James Gunn is very good at putting these stick with you type of themes in your brain and in your heart to carry it with you when you leave that theater and you sit in your car and you're like, damn, maybe I'm going to go adopt like 10 dogs now. I don't know. But like,
be better.
Yeah, like you very well could walk out of Superman and be like, even if it's temporary, maybe I want to be a better person. And that is something I don't know if we've had in a very, very, very long time.
I agree. Let's before we kind of finish the Superman chat, let's take it down more now to the movie level itself in the film. So, gentlemen, top 3 things you guys want to see Superman do in the film. SB, I'll kick it over to you first. What 3 things you want to see in the film? Doesn't have to have any particular order either. Just 3 things you want from the film. Because I think we are all in agreement that this is going to be huge, and it's a moment in time, which is awesome. Yeah. You're muted. He's so fast. The speed of time isn't it?
Definitely want to see him. I want to see the extent of his T vision, and I know we saw it in that little teaser clip, but I'm so excited to see that full clip like fleshed out and how far he goes with that, because we see it how his eyes get kind of burnt up and everything. I'm excited for that. So, like, I guess I'll say my number 1 is his showcasing his power skill set. I want to see Lex done well as like the morality duality between Lex and Superman. I was talking to Lou before you hopped in our pre-recording, our pre-live, about Superman Supercorp that I just did the video on. Is it peak? It's good. I highly recommend it. I don't think it's peak, but it shows a really cool morality duality of Superman and Lex, and like why they like truly hate each other in a better way than things done in past seasons. And I'm excited because Nicholas Hoult seems like he's killing it in all the trailers so far.
He really
I'm bought
does.
in. And my third thing, that full score is what I'm excited for. Oh, I need to hear that full score. That whole soundtrack throughout the movie is going to be a banger after banger. And hearing it, like just everything we've been listening to on our car rides at Heroes Con and what I've been playing for my headphones the last like 7 months. That theme song in Dolby and IMAX when I go see it,
It's gonna hit.
that's gonna hit. And that's gonna be an experience right there. And those are the 3 things I'm most excited for.
I like that. Yeah, no, those are all fantastic. And I think every time I see something Lex Luthor related or I see Nicholas Hoult, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is very exciting. Because I think even
question.
I did see that. We'll get to it in a second. Lou is adopting those dogs, especially Crypto.
This is what I meant to click.
But yeah, even I think it was yesterday or the day before, like Nicholas Hoult was like on was it NBC or Good Morning America? One of those like early morning. America. Was it?
I think it was.
And he's just talking about like the role of Lex and everything. I'm like, this is just cool how they're able to like market both Superman and Lex. I think this is really cool. So that's going to show some really cool stuff. Before I get to mine, Dill asking, as a very casual Superman fan, why should I be hyped for Lois Lane? And I think they've shown you a good job as to why, based on trailers. Like, she's going to be the one that continues to ground Superman, but might also challenge him in some ways. I would say you've always found her insufferable. I think Superman and Lois does a good job of making you like Lois. I personally think.
I get what he's saying with the Reeves movies. I forgot what the actress's name was. The original Lois from Christopher Reeves one. She's like a great Lois Lane, but they just, the way they made like they wrote her character. I understand this comment watching it for the first time like this past couple years. So I would say just seeing like a different take on Lois in this, and like her not being so like lovey-dovey over Superman like in the OGs,
giving her own character.
Yeah, giving her own character. And like we've seen in all the interviews, Rachel's been like talking how much she loves like getting into the character of Lois, and she's a freaking badass. Like all the comics I've been reading to get ready for her, Lois is always being a badass and giving Superman shit, giving Clark shit, and they just have like a nice relationship with one another.
Yeah, and giving them that spotlight together, I think, is important too.
Yeah.
Where maybe I would say Man of Steel does an okay job, and then Superman Returns, from what I remember, is okay. But I think you never really feel like super invested into their relationship, you know? So it's kind of hard to want to invest in her. But if they're able to land this right in Superman, I think more people will. Best version was from Injustice. R.I.P. R.I.P. that Lois. But no, 3 things. I think the number one for me, and I think we've talked about it. I know we definitely talked about it at Heroes Con. The portrayal of the powers for Superman, and honestly the rest of the cast, be it from villain, engineer, Ultraman, Guy, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific. I think if you can show on screen your characters being interesting through their powers, that is something that will invest people immediately. And that's the vibes that they're giving off based on the trailers. SB, like you were saying, the heat wave tornado. I mean, it's so cool.
Checked it into my veins already.
Yeah, it's so cool. So simple, yet so effective.
I can't stop thinking about the trailer now. Like, as we're talking about this, it's just replaying in my head.
Yeah, it's cool. The super speed aspect. If even his breath, his super breath, if you can find ways to show all of that be interesting, I think it's going to be such an easy win for the movie. Even, for example, with things like Guy, like him flipping off that truck and, out of the construct, that's the kind of stuff that gets people hyped up for your superheroes. So I think that's definitely one. 2, you kind of took my 2 as well. The relationship with Lex, I think, has to be at the forefront. It should be, because they're going to elevate each other very well. and the better. And to steal something from Lou that I know he says all the time, when your villain is good and better, your hero's going to feel just as good, if not even better. And I think the same can be said for Superman. So yeah, give us that. And then honestly, just getting lost in a new world. I think we talked about this on our For All Seasons episode, Superman For All Seasons, where we were talking about how the world feels expansive and how we want to see that in this. And that's something that I want as well, that I stick to. If we can get lost in this new DCU in Metropolis, Smallville, see a different side of a different, superhero world that we haven't seen in a very long time. That's the kind of stuff that I think it'll carry you so far, so very far when it comes to these things. So overall, yeah, I think those are the top 3 that I want. But there's so much more, honestly, that what don't I want to see is the bigger question.
I'm just so excited I'm just excited for the experience. Like getting to see it on that Tuesday with a bunch of other people that are just as excited to see it early on that Tuesday. And with my homies that are just as excited for it. I wish I could see it with you guys, but
I know. Next year, I think next year we're definitely going to aim for, at least the plan is to aim for Avengers. I think should definitely try to aim for Avengers or Spider-Man.
I said Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's Brick Month.
Either one, I think will be
okay.
Yeah, either one's going to be like a very good choice. But Lou coming back from adopting his super dogs, so you'll see that in the Heroes Con 26 vlog. But Lou, really quick before we kind of end the Superman preview, we were naming the 3 things we want to see from Superman. What about you, man?
I mean, Superman's power set for sure. 2, it's gotta be.
That's all our ones.
It was
all of our ones.
It's just
0.3 certified.
Again,
wait, 3. Hold on. Let me
get in there.
Beautiful.
It is. I mean, we'll have to talk about it one day. What was the better moment? I Herald or tornado laser beam?
Hold on now. Because I Herald is pretty good already.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but no, power set.
I Herald Superman,
dude. Someone on TikTok. If you're in Discord, send us. Someone had to have made a mashup of that. Please find it.
They have.
Please find it, and I will put that on repeat and go to bed to it. The flight, the power set. Number 1 is flight for sure. That's always been something that's just been so hard to do, and you know what I want to see underrated? I know he does it when he saves the little girl from the kaiju, but I'm curious if they're going to give him like speedster like qualities.
I feel like they should
in this as well. If they don't, it's not going to hurt anything, but I wonder like how fast he's going to be. Not just flying, but just like ground speed. Like
dumb fast.
Oh my gosh. But 2, Lex. 2 is going to be Lex.
That was our 2.
Was it?
Yeah.
I gotta find something.
No, dude, it's all good because I mean, I think I agree. I mean, we all agree.
Yeah. And then lastly, I go back and forth on this one, but sorry, boys. I just want to see what they do with Lantern. That's like literally my number 3 for this movie is Lantern. Like the Justice Gang is going to be cool. Mr. Terrific, I feel like is going to be legit. And the cool thing, okay, here's the really cool of all the things we've seen in the trailer. I feel like Superman's dominating the visuals and the Justice Gang is like taking a little bit of a backseat. Y'all, they have nasty power sets as well. So whatever we see them do is going to be awesome. Yeah, what a freaking movie. Like, let it be Tuesday, 4th of July. Thank you very much. But let's
Fast forward.
Skip on over.
Yeah, let's skip. I would skip the day off work just to go watch this. Like
I'll
if
work
you told
double.
me you work a double and you'll get to watch Superman, I'd be like, give me the double. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
There's so much more. There's so much more.
Man, Superman at this point, 6 days. 6 days. Still asking, what does Lex have to accomplish to be a top tier villain?
Oppose everything Superman is.
Not
Plain and
peanut
simple.
jar.
No Granny's peach tea, baby.
Yeah.
No. Real quick, in all seriousness, with that, I do want him to feel. I want him to feel like that mosquito that will never go away from Superman. Like, even if Lex is on his deathbed, he's like, I will haunt you in my dreams, your dreams. Like, you'll never get rid of me. You'll never get rid of me. And I'll do everything in my body. By the end of this movie, I want to feel like Lex is super obsessed.
Oddly enough, me and my wife, we were watching Puss in Boots, the first one. And Humpty Dumpty's like the main villain. And like the big quote unquote twist is like him being in every moment of like Puss in Boots' life to lead up into the movie. Yeah. It's very silly. It's played for laughs, but it's like if they're able to find a way to do that for Lex and not obviously and not be silly, but for him to be like, I'm there for everything. Like I'm watching you, I'm your stalker type vibe, but not like weirdo stalker, just I am your biggest hater in every single way. If they can do something like that, that's the kind of villain that you're like, ooh, Lex is an issue.
Channel the Superman hate. And listen, y'all, if you are opposed to this Superman, you should be in love with Lex in this movie. There's a character for you in this movie, guaranteed.
You might not want to be bald, but
right? Yeah.
6 days.
6 days.
Even less, to be honest. About 5.
Do you have a timer? Do you have a countdown somewhere on your phone?
I don't, surprisingly.
What?
I was gonna say, I'm surprised.
I thought for sure you would.
Yeah.
No, I don't usually do that. Actually, I made a countdown on our Instagram for like a year ago. That's just like, so like every time I do like a new countdown for anything, I always see it there and I'm like, oh.
I was gonna say, so I'm gonna get a notification in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
At 11:59. Yeah. No, whoa, this is for the Friday because I didn't know about the Tuesday screening a year ago.
Fair.
Dude.
But it just injected into my veins already.
Do you guys remember ringback tones for phones? Did you ever have those?
I did. I forgot.
If I had it, I would make it people saying Superman, like from the trailer, just like, or the theme song.
Superman,
and
Superman.
I'd never pick up my phone.
Like, why don't you answer my calls?
What are you doing? Yeah, just call me.
Just putting you through peak first.
Yeah. Call me like 3 times and then I'll answer.
Yeah. My voicemail will be like, hello? And then I'll play the theme song again.
Hey, can you hear me?
I'm at Superman. I can't hear you. What?
Oh man.
Oh, love it.
Gentlemen, it's here. It's here. We don't have to talk about it anymore. We get to just see it now. Or speculate, better said. We still gonna talk about it. We don't have to speculate. But Superman preview. Anything else?
One final stuff that we should truly end the preview on.
Okay.
Final box office prediction and ratings. We always got to do these.
Oh yeah, Rotten Tomatoes and box office.
Should we give box office Brando the floor? Throw it out there first. Set the bar.
No, we could do the other stuff first.
Oh, you want to hear what we say first?
No.
I don't know how real it is.
No. 2 out of 3 said SB goes.
Yeah, let's do ratings first. And then SB can do his box office. You gotta lay the gauntlet down.
So, who wants to go first? I go first.
Go first.
Bro didn't want to go first when I was going first. You know what? I like the
What?
confidence though. I like
I
it.
didn't want to do box office right away. I should have started off with the box office. All right,
That's
I
fair.
was gonna
That's
do
fair. That's
ratings
fair.
and then
That's
box
fair. That's
office
fair.
because we usually do ratings and box office.
True.
My
He's
but
right. He's right.
yeah. So I think the Rotten Tomato score is gonna be 94% critic
Mm.
and 89% audience.
Mm.
Just because it's gonna get trolled on there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the rating's
Okay.
gonna. I'm sure not every person like the Guardians do great. Obviously, Suicide Squad has some great. Like his average is around there, I would think. So I don't see it going. I hope it's higher, but I can see it at that. Um, and box office. Well, no, we're doing ratings.
Yeah. Go
I was
ratings.
reading. I looked at
Go
Nate's
ratings.
comment. I don't know.
What's your rating gonna be?
My rating,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna give it. It's just hard for me because I do have plans to see this movie 3 times in theaters. So it's like I'm hoping it's a 10 out of 10, but I think I'm gonna give it. I think it'll be a 9 if it executes everything I needed to execute. At like the top 3 things that we talked about and shows like a good. And David's performance is gonna judge that. Everybody's performances definitely. Um, I think it'll be a 9.5 out of 10 for me
Whoa,
if
whoa,
it
whoa,
hits
whoa, whoa, whoa.
everything.
Well, hang on. What's it gonna miss? What's it gonna miss for you then, dog? What's your biggest reservation? Let's put that in here for this real quick. Because I think that's one thing, like we'll give it a
I'm a
9.5. It's like,
little
this is the best
scared on the
movie.
plot.
Okay.
A little scared on that. But I'm like I'm hoping there's obviously a twist in there. And I just hope it's a good plot because we don't know much about it right now, so I feel like I have like a sense of like weak kind of.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I haven't really been like I haven't really thought about the plot that much,
That's
to
fair.
be honest.
That's fair.
But I haven't really had to because everything else looks great. But that's just the one thing I've had reservations on. And just hope everything is executed and it's not just like a huge visual power set fest.
Sure.
Like you need that to be you need that good plot to make Lex good, essentially. And like to me they go hand in hand. So maybe my number 2 should be my number 1.
Maybe.
But
All right.
yeah.
Oh, like fair.
Here
fair
up.
rating.
9.5.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes, I think critic will be 85 and your audience will be 93.
Ooh. Okay.
Personal, we're going out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Say 9. I think a solid 9. I think plot is the thing that's lacking for me as well a little bit. That's been kind of my main thing of like what exactly is that going to follow? And then 2, I'm actually I'm curious to see how they handle these newcomers into the DC universe and how much spotlight they actually give to them. I think you'll get some more than others. I think Mr. Terrific will probably get the most, to be honest.
I agree.
But I'm also kind of scared, or not scared. I think that maybe because of the other things they want to try to focus, Hawk Girl and maybe Metamorpho don't get a bigger time to shine.
Yeah.
So I would say that might be the one thing that lacks, but a solid 9. I could maybe even see 9.5.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Oh, I like it. I think Rotten Tomatoes critic is going to be a 95, and I think audience will be an 83. I think there are going to be a lot more people out here bombing it than we would like. I don't know. I think like if it overcomes and it's in the 83, I think anything over 80 for audience is going to be a massive win. Like a massive win. And the reviews that it gets,
That's true.
it might break records. Like I think they're going to be equally the amount of people who like try to nerf it are going to be like, I know people are going to nerf it. I need to I need to make sure I, register something. Personal, I think its ceiling is definitely like a 9.7. I think its floor could be like an 8.5. The biggest misses I think it could have are the physical foils for Superman, mainly like Dill saying Ultraman. Will the Ultraman reveal stick? Is it going to feel good? If it doesn't feel good, is that going to hurt like the final fight? And the Lex, or not Lex, the Lois and Clark relationship, is that going to like come across as cheesy? Is it going to come across as organic? Like, what is their chemistry going to be on screen?
Yeah.
I think that'll be kind of the two biggest things for me if I don't feel great about those moments. But everything else, I could see like an 8.5 to 9.7 in that range.
Still strong.
Yeah,
it's still really strong.
Yeah, I can't see this like
bombing.
I can't see this missing. I can't see.
Look, I have every James Gunn movie that I've seen in like that 8.5 to 9.7 range.
Yeah.
So
one last question for you guys. One last question. What is going to be your like bonus that you think it could exceed your expectations that you might not have expected? I'll give you my first one.
Yeah.
David's acting and how emotional he can get. There's a lot of relationships at play. Crypto, Lois, his parents, Lex, like his range, like what kind of range is he going to
Justice
have?
Gang.
Yeah. I think if he can come across and like I think that's big, and I think people are hypersensitive to main characters right now. If he can come across as like hitting each of those gaps, that there's like 7 or 8 or 9 relationships we've seen right off the bat. And then that's not even including interactions with random people. I think that could like, I don't know, that could be our thing. Like we're going to talk about an Ironheart in just a second. That could be the thing where like you thought it was going to be good, but you're just like, damn, I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Engineer for me.
Ooh.
I think the fact that they're already kind of confirming like the Authority is going to be a part of the DCU shows they have some sort of faith. So I think the Engineer might play a better role or feel better than we think going into it.
I'm torn on mine.
Supergirl doesn't count, bro.
I know. That's why I've been thinking of something else.
I was joking. What?
He's like, no, for real.
I don't think it doesn't count. I feel like they'd be stupid not to somehow like do like a Supergirl cameo at the end or like post-credit scene. I don't know. But I feel like this is easy hype into DCU stuff. So there's always with everything James Gunn has said over the last 2 years, there's always like the speculation that's not going to happen. But I really want it to happen and hope it's in like, it is like a No Way Home thing for me. It's going to happen.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
But
it still feels like it's not. So what would exceed it? I don't know. Because I have such high expectations for it.
No, bro, that's fair. I mean, if there's nothing, I mean,
like
the movie's going to show us. I was just curious if you guys like what could be that thing that hits. So like maybe we haven't thought about it yet, but that's fair. It's fair. Okay.
All right. Well, there's a lot.
Last.
I was gonna say Discord will hear it. I think there's a lot.
Box office.
I was gonna say let's hit it really, really quick, shotgun style, because we gotta get to Ironheart.
SB.
I'm sticking to my 1.5 billion.
Ooh,
it's 1.5. It's looking great international and domestically, because Jurassic World's not looking too good right now. So that makes me feel like people are gonna skip that and go to Superman or save their money for
Sure.
Superman.
Sure.
And obviously, as we've seen at Heroes Con, look at all those Superman to Fantastic Four shirt ratios coming to a vlog near you soon.
The true
Lord.
determinations of the world. And
Yeah,
the
right.
true
Yeah,
hype, the
right.
true hype
Yeah,
factor.
right.
Good old Charlotte, North Carolina. Lou?
2.1 billion.
2?
2. I'm going for the 2,
Damn.
baby. We're swinging for the
Damn.
fence. Babe Ruth is pointing to left field. 2.1 billion worldwide.
Damn.
2. I'm going
That's
to 2 spot.
nuts.
I'm going to 2 spot. I don't care.
It does have China. It does have China now.
I'm going to 2 spot. I'm going to 2 spot.
Officially.
I'll say 1.3
million.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 million only. No, 1.3 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.3.
So we each have a billion?
Yeah.
I think it breaks a billion, yeah.
Has to.
Easy.
Okay.
I think 1.3.
I'm going big. I'm going big. Hey. Shoot for the moon, baby.
Hey, look, if it does, that'll be
I
awesome.
hope it does.
Then you guys both have to get me a Superman Funko.
We'll let
Rightfully
SB do
deserved. Why does it always have to be me?
Because you still technically owe us. Because we never got our Heroes Con one.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Wait, are we doing for box office predictions? It's closest without going over, right?
Yes.
Are we doing just like over, high or low?
Yeah, closest without going over.
Okay. All right. Still
We're
sticking
just
to
saying-
2.1. I don't care.
Do it. Hey. If it does.
I mean, I was the same idiot that said Deadpool and Wolverine wouldn't hit a billion, so.
That's why I'm shocked over here. I'm like, damn, you're
This time we're going the opposite direction.
This time, dude, I'm full throttle on this one.
he learned.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the Deadpool and Wolverine hype, and it's not a rated movie, so
I overcorrected. I overcorrected the wrong way.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Love.
I could see it.
I can see it. All right.
All right. It's Ironheart.
Yeah, Ironheart. Under 5 days, Superman. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments.